So this is the next video now. Example 8 says solve these equations. We have two equations here which we are to solve in this video. But in the last video, I was explaining something. I was explaining a question. Let me just rewrite the question. That's 4 into bracket y minus 3 is equal to 8. Now, what I did in that previous example was to expand this, all right? I said clear off the bracket by expanding. But you can also solve this question another way. If you notice, on the left-hand side, you have 4, and then bracket y minus 3. On the right-hand side, you have 8. Are you aware that I can divide both sides by 4? Because obviously, 4 can go into 8. Now, you must also know that 4 bracket y minus 3 also means 4 times y minus 3. I hope you know. So it will be convenient to divide both sides by 4. Take note, DBS means divide both sides by 4. So I can easily do it like this. Watch what I'm going to do. I'll divide both sides by 4. And then 4 will clear off 4. Then 4 into 8 is 2. So that gives you y minus 3 is equal to what? 2. All right. And if you solve this, you move minus 3 to the right. So this will become what? 2 plus 3. And then your y will be equal to what? 5. So if you realize that what you have on the left-hand side and the right-hand side can be divided by maybe one of them, you can just divide both sides by that particular maybe factor or number that can divide the two terms or the two numbers. So please, you might not necessarily have to expand the bracket. First of all, you can even divide like I did in this case. So I just thought of saying this so that you can also see other ways in which this can be done and solved. Okay, so back to this example. The first one is, so solution. Are you with me on this? The first one is 2 bracket x minus 2 is equal to 5x minus 10. Now looking at the left-hand side and the right-hand side, I think it would be more convenient if I just expand this rather than dividing both sides by 2, because this is 5 already and this is minus 10. More so, I have 2 terms here. So let's just open up the bracket. Let's clear off the bracket. Remember the first step. So expand this. 2 times x is what? 2x. And 2 times minus 2 is what? Minus 4 is equal to 5x minus 10. So let me ask you, what is the next step from here? What should be the next step? Now, like I told you before, you don't always have to leave the letters, the terms that have letters on the left-hand side. In fact, in this particular example, I am going to leave it on the right-hand side. And I'll tell you, give you the reason why you should do that. Then also tell you that it is also the same thing as leaving it on the left-hand side. So let's do that here now. Instead of moving 5x to the left-hand side, I'll move 2x to the right-hand side. Watch what I'm going to do. Minus 4, leave it here. Minus 4. Then move minus 10 to the left-hand side. It will now change from minus 10 to what? Plus 10. Remember, I moved it. So 5x is still on the right-hand side. Then move 2x to the right-hand side. See what I'm doing? I'm moving it to the right-hand side. It will become what? Minus 2x. Okay? Minus 4 plus 10 can be rewritten as this 10 minus 4. I hope you know that. Or plus 10 minus 4. Now, I just had to do that so that it will be easy for you to subtract. What's 10 minus 4? Obviously, is what? 6. And this is equal to what? 5x minus 2x. What would that give you? That will give you 3x. And the next step from here, tell me, is to what? Divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. So DBS by 3. You know, you don't always have to write this. In fact, in the next example or in the subsequent example, I am going to be showing you how to quickly divide both sides by 3 without always writing it. You know, things like this should be done easily and quickly. So 3 cancels 3, and 3 into 6 will give you what? 2. So you have 2 is equal to what? X. And then you say, therefore your x is equal to what? 2. So you see, you don't always have to write it on the, you don't always have to have your letters on the left-hand side. Like I did in this example, I left it at the right-hand side. or on the right hand side. Now listen, this is why I did it like this. I realized that 5x is bigger than 2x. So I had to move 2x to the right hand side so that I will have a positive value as for the letters, for the terms that have the letters, for the term that has the letter also. Okay, so what about if you say, no, why must I do it like this? Why can't I just... So I'm going to start off from here again and quickly solve it without moving 2x to the right hand side. So move 5x to the left hand side. What will we have? Minus 5x. I'm just reworking it again from here. Take note of that from here. Yes, from here. Okay, stay with me on this. Now let's move on. So this is minus 10, right? Move minus 4 to the right hand side. You will have plus 4. Let me ask you, what's 2x minus 5x? 2x minus 5x is minus 3x. Take note of that. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. There was minus 10 plus 4. That is minus 6. This is what I'm doing now. And then you divide both sides by what? Minus 3. If you divide both sides by minus 3, the minus 3 will cancel this minus 3. So your x will be equal to what? Minus 6 over what? Minus 3. So minus cancels minus, and your s is equal to what? 2. So you will always get the same answer, even if you leave the terms with the letters on the left hand side or on the right hand side. Take note of that. Is that okay? So let's quickly look at the next example. And we'll look at the next example in the next video. I don't want this video to be too long. All right. So watch out for the next example in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.